Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to today. Today is Thursday, the 2nd of April, 2026, and I'm Pearson Bowen. Always wonderful to meet you and to see you, to be with you, and we thank you for feeling the same way so many of you do as we meet and interact with you in public. You say it, and we see it as well by the way you follow the show. We thank you for doing so. Of course, as always, I encourage you, those of you watching on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb, thank you for being there, but share the show, share the love. Let's build community of those who are fascinated by information and inspiration. So we thank you for doing that as well. I also want to remind you, if you know of something or you think there's something we should talk about, point us in the direction by sending us an email. The email address is right there. Look at it. It's Mornin Barbados. It's morninbarbados at cbc.bb. Morninbarbados at cbc.bb. Send us the email and we will follow up on your tips. We thank you for doing so as well. Maundy Thursday it is. Maundy Thursday is the day on which there is the Last Supper, as we say. It's also the day on which Jesus Christ washed the feet of his disciple just in total humility. And as I started the week, remind you, behold your King. Behold your King. As he made his triumphal entry into Jerusalem, oftentimes people thought he was a warrior. He came humbly. Behold your King. Today is also the day when Jehovah's Witnesses open congregations all over to everyone. You don't have to be a Jehovah's Witness to be a part of the memorial. If you need to know more, go to jw.org. You will see where a congregation is nearest to you and you can attend. It begins at around 7, some have 6:30, but there are various times. But you'll see the map, click on the location pin, see exactly which one is nearest to you, the time at which it happens, and for just about an hour, you will sit together and learn more about the memorial and why it's done. This, not symbolism, that's not the word I want to use, but the significance of the memorial. Churches all over the island are also engaging in some spiritual activity today as well. I encourage you to get in there today because tomorrow is Good Friday. Tomorrow is a very, very important day in the Christian calendar, and I want you to be a part of it as well. So don't miss the significance of what today is, tomorrow, and then Sunday, when our Christ and Lord is risen, up from the grave he arose. Can't wait to sing that song on Sunday. Indeed, that's going to be a tremendous, tremendous day in the Christian experience. I want to encourage all of you to get out as you do. Don't focus on the food alone. Don't focus on the festival that's happening in Oistins as well. Just focus on your own Christianity, your own spirituality, and let's get reconnected to our Lord and Savior. Coming up today is World Autism Day. We'll take a look at that because we all need to be more inclusive as a community. That's why I'm wearing my shade of blue. And so World Autism Day is today. Have a very healthy team, adding value to life of people with autism. And so we want to know the differences. We want to understand better how we can be a part. And we want to hear from the Autism Association of Barbados, the activities they have to celebrate this month. Junior Road Tennis Tournament is happening soon. And so the people behind that initiative will join us as we take a look at what's happening for junior road tennis. We meet a young woman who took the mic and has not stopped asking questions. Who is she? You'll find out this morning as well. If you've never heard of Rise and Reign, it's an initiative, local initiative to empower people. But in what way? In what way? We'll tell you this morning as well. We'll continue walking through the Faculty of Law at the University of the West Indies, encouraging most of you to do postgraduate studies to continue your study in the law. And so the folks from the university will join us as they share with us how we can do so. And we also today look at early childhood education and stimulation, something just for you teachers. I know, but are you on vacation? But there are still opportunities for you to be able to further enhance and to sharpen your skills as it relates to recognizing the deficits early and getting on with teaching of children with different abilities. But let's head to Grenada because we have a team of athletes who are going to do us proud. So proud this weekend. And I must tell you, on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, you can watch live coverage of the Carifta Games from Grenada. But we also have sent Anmar Goodrich Boyce. He's also there. And so to you, Anmar, good morning.
Good morning to you, Pearson. Of course, that is correct. I'm joining you from the Spice Island, Grenada. It's absolutely beautiful here. I'm at the Radisson Hotel, and I have with me some lovely Barbadians. I have the co-captains of the Carifta team. Of course, you know, this is our largest Carifta team, a member of a team of 63 members. And I'm just going to introduce them. I have my immediate left is Naima Taylor. She's one of the co-captains. Jaden Walcott, he's another co-captain. And I have Desiree Gamble. She's the head coach of this contingent. I'm going to start with you, Naima. First of all, thank you so much for waking up so early this morning to have a chat with me on Mornin Barbados. What's your initial reaction to coming to Grenada, the island?
My first reaction was it's a very beautiful country. Like, I've never been here, so it's nice to see. Very hilly, unlike Barbados, but overall, a very beautiful country.
Tell me, how has the team settled in here at this hotel and in the island?
I would say we settled in really nice. Radisson is a very beautiful hotel, as you can see. Lovely views, so we've settled in nice.
And this is a bit of history. You're helping to write that. You're part of the biggest ever Carifta team that Barbados has sent to these games. What is it feeling like to be a part of it?
It feels really great to be to be captain of these amazing talents. I feel that Barbados has become a very talented country. We have very talented athletes, and I'm proud to be part of that.
Talk to me now about Naima. You had a fantastic BSAT representing your school, Commonwealth. What are the goals that you have set now for the Carifta Games?
You know, everybody want a medal. That's the goal, and obviously to set some personal best.
Okay, and Naima, tell me now about what do you want to tell your fans back home, family, friends?
I just want to say thank you for supporting all of us, and I hope that y'all can continue to do that.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm not going to ask you to move the microphone a bit over to Jaden. Welcome in, Jaden, on Mornin Barbados again. Jaden, you're back in Grenada, the place you won your first medal, silver. Talk to me about the feeling to be back here in this place. How special is it for you?
Definitely a very nostalgic feeling. Happy to be here again. Condition is still the Barbados, so should be good competition wise. Looking at better experience.
You have 2 Carifta silver medals. You've been to the Carifta Games now 3 times. Is this the charm? Is the 3rd time the charm for Jaden Walker? How's the body feeling?
I truly believe it is. Trainers been looking pretty smooth. Technique coming along nicely. Just getting ready.
You mentioned, I'm just going to ask you to just raise your mic a little bit. That's good for me. Jaden, you mentioned about training. Give us a bit of a more insight into what does that entail for you, and how has the days been since you competed at BSA? I know you did the field event, so you had a bit of an advantage, a slight time to rest other than the track athletes. How has that recovery been like?
We're taking it easy. Make sure we're focusing on the same technical errors that we had at BSA, so that it can smooth for Carifta.
Okay, and competing at the games, what does it really mean for you, Jaden?
It's always an honor to be able to represent your country. They're very proud to 3 years now, so I hope to.
I'm going to ask you that same question that we asked Naima. What do you want to tell the Barbadian public watching back home?
We thank you for your support. It means a lot. Motivate us to compete, to be crowd, and we continue.
Okay, thank you so much, Jaden. I'm now going to bring Miss Gamble into the conversation. Thank you so much, Miss Gamble. You are the head coach, the 2nd ever female to head coach the Barbados Carifta team. How challenging is it really to get 63 competitors together?
Hi, good morning. Thank you very much for this opportunity. It has been quite challenging because, as we know, this is a peculiar situation this year where we had a very limited time for any kind of team meetings, team practices, due to the fact that the team was named during BSAT zones. Then we went straight into BSAT finals, and now we are here in Grenada. So it is now mainly a game of mental preparation, fine-tuning, and recovery.
You mentioned about preparation. How will that look like in the days coming up?
So we only have mental preparation. We'll go to the track so that they can be acclimatized. Relay teams are getting some work, and the jumpers especially will be able to check their run-ups. So it is just fine-tuning and getting them ready.
I know you've done so many interviews in the lead up. You're probably tired of us, the media, following you guys around. But for people who have not, seen those interviews, what is the target for this team?
The target obviously is to improve on that medal tally from last year. So we had 14 medals last year, and this year we're looking to improve that medal tally. Obviously, it's a competition. We want to win medals, but I want them to also remember that as long as we get some personal bests, these athletes are putting in the very best effort. That is the real goal, and we are going to be satisfied.
Miss Gamble, Grenada is a special place for you. She's laughing. She knows exactly where I'm going with this. We are actually 26 years after you won your first Carifta medal. I think it was silver in the under-17 girls high jump. So Grenada, special for you. There's a bit of nostalgia coming back here now in a different capacity. Back then you were a competitor. Now you're a coach.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
it was actually my fourth Carifta, but it was my third medal in high jump. And once again, it was a silver medal. So it was my third silver medal, and I was quite disappointed. I expected to come here and win the gold. So I left Grenada feeling dejected because it was a situation where I was jumping higher than the previous 3 years and still not being able to win gold. So that's my memory of Grenada.
What
26 years ago.
what advice would you give the Carifta athletes, your charges? I know you probably had so many team talks and stuff like that. Give us a bit of a background into what has those talks been like from not only you, the entire management team.
From the entire management team, we're just trying to keep them focused, remind them why they're here, let them know that they have earned this position. So this wasn't given, they've earned it. We've seen the talent in them, and all we're expecting from them is to give up their very best.
Thank you so much, Miss Gamble, and thank you so much, Naima Taylor, and thank you, Jaden Walcott Pearson. It has been lovely having a chat with the members of the Carifta team, the co-captains, and of course the head coach, Miss Desiree Campbell. So it promises to be a fantastic weekend, Easter weekend here in Grenada, and of course I'll be on the ground following every move of the Barbadian team, our largest contingent to the Carifta Games, Carifta 53.
Well, to whom much is given, much is expected. Thank you, Anmar. You're sitting in the iconic resort there, the Radisson, and on the iconic Grand Dance beach as well. I hope you also get some time to dip your feet into not just that pool, but into the seawater as well.
Well, yes, Pierce, I'm here to work, but I'm going to make sure that I get a dip in the water and do some holiday stuff.
Good man.
Work first.
Of course, I expect my personal report when you come back, all right? Thank you, Anmar.
Yeah, I'll get some nutmeg and spice for the team as well.
There you go. Thank you. Anmar Goodrich-Boyce reporting for us from the Radisson Resort in Grand Anse, Grenada, because Barbados has a contingent of 60 athletes who are going to do us so proud. Win or lose, we are giving full support. You can watch the games live right here on TV8 on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So don't miss a beat of the action indeed over the Easter weekend for Carifta. We'll take a break right here. When we come back, what do you understand about autism? How can you build empathy towards those who are autistic, and what do we need to know as a community to be able to be a lot more appreciative of those with autism? We'll talk about that right after the break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It is Thursday the 2nd of April, which is also celebrated all over the world as World Autism Day. And they have a very special theme this year, which is Autism and Humanity, because every life has value. I think it's such an important theme. What do you think? And I'm wearing my blue today, even though we're asked to wear blue on a Friday for the whole month, but I'm wearing mine today because for me, this is my Friday today. Joining me as we look more deeply into what is autism and what the association in Barbados is doing to continue not just to heighten awareness, but to bring us together as a community so that we can understand how we can also individually make a difference to people with autism and to families who are managing people with autism. But the educator is right next to me herself, a special education specialist and advocate for autism, is Jenna Paris. Jenna, good morning. How do you do?
Hi, good morning. I am good. Thank you for asking.
Breathe again. Indeed. Chantal Fields, she chairs the events committee with the Autism Association of Barbados. Good to have you, indeed.
Good to be here.
Thank you so much. I want to start first by understanding what autism is. Can you tell us?
Sure. Autism is a neurological disorder. So what we find is that we have varying levels, and that's why we also refer to it as autism spectrum disorder, because you can meet persons and they're very different. So you can't expect to see, two persons with autism who are showing the same characteristics. Now, as it relates to the diagnosis of persons with autism, those persons are usually decided between 3 levels. Level 1, and that is the persons who need minimal support. So those are persons who, generally in our Bajan understanding might seem a little bit different, a little queer is what we would say, but those persons are persons who are displaying just general challenges with social communication. Most times persons are able to have general conversation with you. They work within the typical age range, those kinds of things. Then from there we have level 2. Those persons require a little bit more support. They may have issues with language and communication, a lot of social interaction, understanding social cues. They may have some challenges with regulating behaviors in terms of like calming themselves and understanding how to behave, what we would deem as appropriate in certain contexts. And then we have level 3. Those are the persons who need the most support. Those persons tend to be more severe. A lot of them tend to be inflexible. So in terms of behaviors, they have a lot of repetitive behaviors. Sometimes you will see persons who need things to be same all the time. They have a very rigid routine. So, from the time that routine is changed, they have a hard time functioning. A lot of times those persons are minimally verbal or are nonverbal. So we have the range, and persons can move between levels depending on the level of support and those strategies that are put in place to assist.
School is everywhere, and I'm looking at it from that perspective, because in the family there's school, in the community there's school, and then in the formal rooms there are educational opportunities given. And oftentimes we don't see it. We see bad behavior, we see indiscipline, we want to term it as, we see all those kinds of things, but we did not take the time to identify the need of the child. So let's talk, I want to break it down level by level, as just shared with me. Level 1, generally you're able to operate like other people do, except that you are a little, what we call standoffish. How does the parent see that and say, there's a problem here? Or do they have to wait till somebody says to me, your child is real standoffish though?
Well, it depends.
To see there's a problem here.
Yeah, because it depends, because in some households, generally, persons who keep to themselves. So if that is the general, social makeup in the household, it may take a little longer, because for you that's how y'all generally function, but most times you will hear a lot of parents say, my child was typically developing, and around the age of 2 I started to recognize that my child stopped making eye contact. Things that they were eating before, they would have stopped eating. My child was walking and now they're no longer walking. So you would hear parents say those kinds of things to you, almost like there is a regression in the developmental stages of the child. So lots of times you will hear parents talking about those things.
And that's not bad. But it has to move to action. It has to move to finding solutions. And sometimes we don't know where to start. So as an educator, where do we start to begin the process of identifying, so we understand whether it's level 1, 2, or 3, or what the problem is in the first place?
Yeah. So if you have a young child, generally as a parent, if you have questions, your child's pediatrician is where you should go. Sometimes we have parents who go to the pediatrician and they only answer what is asked. The pediatrician is not in your home. They don't know what happens. They're not at school. So if you do not say to the pediatrician, well, I've recognized that my child was doing this and they're not doing this anymore, you have to ask those questions when you go. Tell them what you are seeing and experiencing, and then they can tell you, well, okay, based on what you've described, let me do further assessments, or maybe you should go to maybe to the polyclinic, maybe, so they can guide you from there where you can go. As it relates to school now, if you have a child who's in school and you're recognizing, and sometimes teachers will also identify these things as well, because we do have teachers who are trained in special education who work in the mainstream setting as well. If you have a teacher who's explaining, has expressed that your child is having challenges in these areas, in the school system we have something called a referral system, where we can actually refer your child to the Ministry of Education. There's a student services department, and from there they will then do all the necessary checks, allow for the child to go and get an assessment done, and this would be free through the government system. Then if you as a parent, you decide, well, okay, I can't wait, because as we know, if you're waiting for services, there will be a bit of a wait time. You can decide you want to take your child to a psychologist, and they can also give you guidance as well, and there are private psychologists who can make those assessments for you.
And then hopefully the child is value is added to the child's experience as well. The child gets the opportunity. Do you see a lot of this coming up, Chantal, at the Barbados, the Association of Autism, Barbados Association?
I would say yes. I would say a lot of persons, they come to us for information. They come to us to help with the process of, who do I connect with? Who do I go to? What's the next step? Because the association is really a parent-managed association. So persons who are on the executive have gone through it at whatever varying level. We have persons who have adult individuals. Right now we have people who are middle-aged, teenage, and babies like my daughter. So we are able to guide persons to say, hey, your child isn't speaking as yet. We have a list of speech therapists. Is it a case where you need some occupational therapy in regards to schooling? Because we do have some special schools that deals directly with neurodivergent kids, and we would guide them accordingly.
How big is the problem? I call it problem, but how big is the situation that you deal with?
They say 1 in every 31 individuals have autism, and right now I think in Barbados, every year we see an influx of people coming for answers, assistance. Right now we have about 250 families, closer to 300 persons who have autism, who need assistance, who need guidance, who need the financial support, who just need that information and guidance, and we are there to assist.
And that's only those who came forward.
Yes.
But there's some who live in denial, who just refuse to say, I'll just park you away, lock the door, and hope that solves the problem.
Yeah.
But it never does. It really never does. And so the different levels, we've just met level 1, which is basically you can cope. It's just that you saw some elements of regression, and the Barbados, the association, the Autism Association of Barbados, I keep getting that wrong, will definitely be able to help you where that's concerned. But there are other concerns that we do have as it relates to education and inclusivity. We look at those right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It is World Autism Day today. The Autism Association of Barbados is with us, and we also have a specialist educator who understands how to identify and then what to do at identification indeed, and her name is Jenna Paris. With me from the Autism Association, Chantal Fields. And so Jenna, let's look at level 2. Level 2 gets a little bit more troublesome, and a lot of parents struggle even at that point. What happens there?
Yes. For students who are typically at level 2, a lot more support, as I mentioned, is needed for that area. So lots of times you would have, in terms of maybe level 1, may be able to go to, let's say, like speech therapy or behavioral therapy once a week. You will find that those persons need a little bit more intense therapy because of the degree in which their characteristics are being displayed. Yes, you may have some of those students who are in school. You may have some persons within the mainstream setting. Sometimes you may have persons who may have to go to a special setting for a while. And we've had children who have been within the special needs setting in a classroom, and then because of the strategies they've learned, because of the therapy, they've transitioned into mainstream. You know, I've worked in a mainstream school. We had a special unit, and we had students who, for various activities, they would go over to the mainstream classes till eventually they completely transition. So the important thing is understanding what the child needs and putting those strategies in place so that they can get the support, because we want them to be able to function.
And I think all the parents, we all are the adults, we want them to function, but sometimes we ourselves need to understand what we need to do to support. So give me some codes that is, as the apparently quote-unquote normal person that we should be able to adapt and adopt so that we are able to meet that child with autism or that adult with autism halfway at least, and we can have meaningful interactions.
And some of the strategies that we use within the classroom can also be used at home and vice versa. So for for me, one thing that stands out the most is using a lot of visual support. Visual support is basically being able for them to be able to see and understand. Sometimes we give instructions and we think instructions are quite basic, but if you're having an issue with language and communication, what may seem like basic instruction can be quite challenging. So if I, for example, want you to go and get your towel, and it's the first time I'm giving you that instruction, it seems like a normal instruction, but if I don't understand what go or pick up means, then I can't follow through. So therefore, as a parent, you may need to, the first couple of times, actually hold the child's hand, go over to the basket or, the cupboard or what have you, help the child take out the towel and put it where you want them to put it. Same thing with classroom. You want the children to line up. You think line up, everybody knows how to line up. But I am having challenges with language and communication, so I don't know what you mean. So I might have to physically hold the child's hand and take them to the line and maybe stand next to them so they understand that when you're in the line, you actually have to stay in your position and follow through. You can show them a picture of children lining up. For some children, that might be enough, so providing that visual support to explain the instructions. I remember as I was teaching some of my older students with autism, we were making recipes because there's no reason why my children can't prepare snacks for themselves, and we had visual recipes. So it showed in terms of the ingredients, all the things you needed. There was a picture of the bread, picture of the peanut butter jam, the knife you needed, so forth, and it followed step by step, showing taking the bread and knife and pasting. So it's not that our children cannot function. Sometimes it's a case where they just need the right support systems in place to help them. And then after you've done that a few times, some children quickly pick up on what they have to do. Some may require that for every recipe you have that. But, helping them to understand visually what you want them to do, and that puts the picture in their mind when you give them the visuals.
I can hear parents breathing a bit of relief right now. It's like, there is something I can do, or there's someone I can reach out to who can help me understand what I can do. That's you. That's also the association, the Autism Association. I know you do have a parent workshop coming up. So let's look at some of the activities you're doing for parents that can help them cope and manage, because their concern always is, if I'm not here, what happens to this child of mine?
Yeah, so we do have a parent workshop coming up on the 11th of April. It's going to be at the Yacht Club from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We do have some persons who are involved in autism and neurodivergent field who would be speaking specifically to what is autism, how we can help people with autism, and the support that parents would need. So definitely we would recommend persons who are curious, who don't know where to turn to or what to do, to definitely register for that. You can go to our socials at Autism in Barbados, or you can email us at autisminbarbados.gmail.com. At gmail.com, sorry. But yes, that's one of the events that we have. We also have our walk, which is coming up on the 28th of April. So we usually have the walk, and then we have what we call the cool down fair, where we have specialists as vendors on standby for you to ask information. Last year we had some therapists, we had schools, we had parents who have small businesses, so we allow persons who have small businesses so that we can support them. And it's promising to be bigger and better this year, so we're having about 20 vendors this year. Last year we had about 10, so I'm really excited about that. Throughout the month we do have some tables that you can get some merch, so we'll be at Sky Mall this coming Saturday as well with a little fundraiser, so you can come and get some fish cakes, some cakes, the support, buy your t-shirts, buy some pins. So we're really excited for the month so that persons could help support us and we would spread the awareness at the same time.
And I want you folks, don't just listen, look at your screen. Look at your screen right now. This is the information on the fundraiser we're sharing with you. It's at Sky Mall from 10 in the morning until everything is sold. And so if you want some chicken, nicely done chicken, fish cakes, banana, oh, my favorite, banana bread, and a whole lot more. Plus you purchase your shirts and your other pins and so forth, because all of this money goes towards assisting the association, which assists the parents and those in need as well. And so that's important. That's this coming Saturday from 10 at Sky Mall. But you need to also to register for the upcoming parents workshop. That parent workshop is significant indeed. It's not just talking at you, it's a workshop. So it's interactive, it is engaging, but it leaves you with changed skills, a changed person so you can manage your children. Seeing the person, not just the diagnosis. That's what we tend to do. We look at the diagnosis and we give up in despair. But that individual is an individual with value. And that's why the theme speaks to the value that we want to be able to bring to every child with autism, every adult with autism. Because we're all worried about what happens next. What happens next? What happens next? And it's okay to have that worry, but we need to do something about what we can do to make that difference indeed. And I know you have soon your own space.
We do.
Talk to me a little bit about that, Shanta.
So today is actually World Autism Day, and we are so excited to unveil our new building. So we're going to have a ceremony this afternoon, some ribbon cutting, unveiling of a plaque. So we're very excited. We have some specially invited guests, persons who would have aided in that, donated to us, because our building is going to be seen as a safe haven for persons. We're going to have a life skills program for those persons who are on the spectrum, who are adults. As Jenna said, you know, we want to teach people how to bake, we want to teach people how to do laundry, we want to teach people
help themselves.
Help themselves. So we're really excited. So once you donate to the association, buy any pin shirt, that would be going towards that, and we're so excited about that. We can't wait this evening.
Ribbon cutting this evening.
I can't wait.
Every Friday this month, let's talk quickly about that initiative you want us to do to show out in a way.
Every Friday, once you're at work, we know school is over, but for persons who are in corporate Barbados, we want you to wear your blue. If you're unable to wear your blue, you know, get a pin. We want you to get a badge. We want you to help show awareness by wearing what you have to, you know, show and reach everyone basically by supporting us with what you're wearing.
Yeah, so look at your screen again. Look at your screen to how you can take part. One, you wear your blue. You get your shirts from the Autism Association of Barbados. You can get them on Saturday when you come to Sky Mall. You get your shirts and you wear it. Wear it and you take a photograph. You share that photo and message of inclusion and tag the association, the Autism Association Barbados on Insta, or you can also by Facebook Autism Barbados, and you can support of course with a donation or a fundraiser. So we thank you for your support of the community. One community, one heart, and that's what it's all about. But it doesn't end today, folks. It only starts today. And so I really want you ladies to come back soon, because it's a whole month, but it's a whole month of education and most of all empowerment as a community, and that's what we're seeking to do. I want to thank you both for joining me this morning. You've only touched the surface. We need to go deeper, so that's why the invitation to come back.
No problem.
All right. She says no problem. I take your word. Jenna Paris, a special education specialist indeed, and an advocate for people with autism. Also Chantal Fields, who's the chair of the activities committee, the field events really, with the Autism Association of Barbados, and we've only just begun. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. We're taking a break here on Morning Barbados. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
21 minutes to go to 7 o'clock. We're looking road tennis now. We're looking at road tennis simply because there is a junior road tennis tournament that is back, and it's happening yet again very, very soon. But the man with the details is their public relations officer of the Barbados Road Tennis Association, in Kevin Gobin. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you
doing?
doing?
Barbados. I'm fine today.
Thank you so much indeed. So, what's happening?
Well, from the 4th of April the Sandy Lane Trust.
Saturday coming.
Saturday coming. The junior road tennis tournaments begin. It's going to be played across Barbados, all young people. We have 8 categories, 66 boys, 21 girls. We're going to start with primary school, the juniors. Exciting group of young people playing tennis.
Yes.
Tennis is our sport in Barbados. We must emphasize that.
Yes.
It is our sport and we're taking it to the world.
And it's good to see that there are more and more young people who've gone back to playing the sport that we grew up playing.
Correct.
And so let's look at the structure of it now. Is it going to be at one location or many locations?
We're going to begin at Dighton Park in Bush Hall. Then we're going to move to Pinelands. We're going to have to move to Maynards in St. Peter. Then we're going to move to Orange Hill. And then we're going to come back and we're going to play the finals at the Road Tennis Elite Camp. Okay. So across the island, where if you want to bring your child out to see and look and see how the younger persons are playing the sport, we emphasize that you come out. It will be on the website at Barbados Road Tennis at IG, and you can follow us through the media. And we will obviously have dates and time. All games are between the hours of 11 and 3.
11 a.m.
a.m. So if you have a little child that wants to learn the game and wants to see young people playing it, I advise you to come out to those venues. Bring your kids. Show them there is an alternative and there's a sport that we create in Barbados.
Indeed. And so this all happens under daylight.
Under daylight.
So it's not nighttime sport we play here. That's for the adults. But the children are going to play. Listen, I started playing road tennis again the other day. Knees ain't quite right, but nonetheless, I'm working on it. And I feel fit and fine still.
Yes,
and I'm playing it with children. And I want to see more and more children. Now there's a tournament for it. It's supported by the Sandy Lane Charitable Trust. And what does that support mean to the association?
Well, it's 5 years and growing. And I don't think they're going to stop. It brings the young people out. It gives you something else to say, well, we are playing a sport. We are sports personality. And you're building confidence. You're building back the young generation in Barbados to playing sports. So Sandy Lane has been contributing greatly with trophies, financial status for the referees, officials, and everything. We also have like Powerade and the Sandy Water for hydrating the children.
Right. So you have big support.
Right.
And so, it starts this Saturday, and then you're moving across the island. So when you move, the whole game moves with you.
Correct.
So,
but what we have is fixtures. You have time when different children are playing. So you have primary school, you have different categories, but we're showcasing all category at every venue.
Okay.
So if you want to see, if you're a 13-year-old and you want to see the bigger boys play, because the age group that is exciting is the 15 to 17 and then the 18 to 21 in the boys and girls. That is the group that has elevated road tennis from the young people. You have persons like J.L. Graves last year that's still competing in that category, 18 to 21, who went to the semifinals. And also, 18 to 21 competitor, Shaquem Nurse, winning that tournament in 2025 after being in the finals in 2022 and 2023. Right. And 2022 and 2023, he would have been a lot younger, between 15 to 17. So Road Tennis, this program has brought the juniors to the Barbados Road Tennis Open, which is a showpiece of Barbados.
Right.
And we are showing that the young persons from this program is elevated into that tournament to the extent that the whole of Barbados is excited about young people playing road tennis.
Yes. And so we want all of you, as many of you as possible, to come to each of the days. So the 4th, it starts on the 4th
and the
at
5th.
the Dighton Power Roach facility in Bush Hall. Then on Sunday the 5th, which is Easter Sunday, you're going to the Pinelands Hard Court. Then the following weekend, on the 11th, you're going to Maynard's housing area in St. Peter. On the 12th, the following Sunday, at Orange Hill Hard Courts in Orange Hill, St. James. On the 18th, these are opening Saturday, Sundays. Sundays. So on the 18th at Belfield Courts, Belfield, there in Black Rock. And then the final is on the 19th of April. Am I reading it correctly?
That is correct.
And that's at the Road Tennis Elite Academy, the old floor car park right there.
Floor car park, yes.
In Windsor.
Opposite BCC camp.
Got you. And that's where it all happens. And each of them starts at 11. Each time it starts at 11 until about 3 in the afternoon.
About 3 in the afternoon.
And you have a number of teams that will be playing on those particular days as well. So is it a knockout tournament?
Yes, it's straight knockout. Who you pick, you knockout. It's already fixtured. But this is talent.
Yeah.
Let's not get away from this.
That's not part of the competition. This is
talent. So when you come, you see talent. You see young persons playing a sport that we create. And we're trying to create opportunities now. So Sandy Lane is instrumental in keeping the program running so we can elevate the youngsters from the schools, from the blocks, from the environments, into the community as sports persons. So we are thankful to Sandy Lane once again to continuing supporting it. It's 5 years and running, and we expect them to be on board for quite some more time.
And they're playing for recognition because on our screens we're seeing that recognition through the presentation of trophies. And just to be able to have your name etched into a trophy base and to have it placed wherever your place of honor is in your home and there for all time means a lot to a lot of people. And while winning is the thing that you want to do in the game, you're also building camaraderie, you're building support, you're building fun, you're building wholesome activity as well. But most of all, you're also building energy and action and in terms of exercise. So it's really going to be quite a tournament starting this Saturday, running until the 19th. It's relatively short, but packed with energy.
Yes, it's packed with because time frame, school time, you get children out of school.
Vacation now.
And also it's also exam times and children are studying.
For the common entrance.
So one person has opted out, Azari Clark, one of our most exciting young player, because he has to study school. So you still have to find a way to bridge school and sports. So we're doing it now and packed. It has to be packed because time frame does not allow us to go into the school term.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Yes.
But what I like is that there's some young girls and young boys. So it's not just boys playing road tennis. Girls are actually
when
playing
it started, they only had 5 girls in 2021. Now it's like, as I just said, 21 girls. So girls are getting into the sport, but the sport is allowing young ladies to play. And the BRTO, which is the premier event, has shown that Kezia Blunt has emerged, and she's still playing in the juniors in the 15 to 17. And she's the defending champion in the 15 to 17. And she is still playing in juniors and on the bigger stage. Again, this program has proven that just not veterans can play road tennis. And your knees, as you can see, is giving out. So we need the young people to carry the sport to the world.
My poor knees. Yes, you're quite right. And you're quite right. We're building stars. And I like the fact that we're building stars. Names that we could call and names that we can remember, we will recognize indeed. And so this road tennis tournament starts on Saturday, folks. It's this Saturday, the 4th, at the Dighton Power Roach facility there in Bush Hall. Then on Sunday, we move into the Pinelands Hard Courts. On the following Saturday, the 11th, we're going to St. Peter to Maynard's housing area. On next Sunday, the 12th, we're going to Orange Hill Hard Courts. Then to Belfield on the 18th in Blackrock. And we end at the Road Tennis Elite Academy there at the Flow Car Park, which is right there next to the BCC. And each game starts at 11. I want to thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Gobin. And not just for being with us this morning, but for being such an energetic part of the process of developing the sports at the grassroots as well and providing opportunities for young children to play the game that we love as little boys and grew up playing and now they're following in our footsteps.
Well, I am excited also because I saw on social media young boys in a community just a few days ago, there was a court drawn in the road and they used rocks. Blocks, put on blocks, put on blocks, and I'm just playing road tennis.
There you go.
So the sport is Barbados.
Yeah.
Barbados own, we're trying to say, is ours. We create it. The young people must embrace it.
Yeah. And they are.
All right. So
and they are. Thank you so
for being
much.
here.
You're very welcome. We're coming back with more on Morning Barbados in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad?
Zara Innes, the winner of the Under 17 200. You've just completed the 2-4 double. Congratulations. What was your plan going into this race?
My plan was to get off the curve, make sure I execute, and then just come home.
All right. How does it feel to be a double BSAC champion?
It feels really good to know that my hair.
See that? We've all seen that. What you just saw was Sanaya Yearwood. Sanaya Yearwood doing what I think is unbelievable at 17 years old. And so Sanaya is with me this morning. We had to showcase her. Sanaya, good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations, first of all, on one, saying yes. Thank you for doing that. Yes to taking the mic and doing so well what you're doing. How did this opportunity come about?
Well, this is actually my third BSAC, my third year in the making of getting to this. So originally for BSAC, I would have been a volunteer. I was placed as a media volunteer. And the first day, I just did some video clips of races. But then the assistant meet director, Mr. Andrew Brathwaite, came up to me and was like, you know, I would like a young voice on the stream. Would you be willing to do it if the opportunity comes up? And I said, yes, I'd be willing to do anything, try anything. So then the following day, I was on the stream on commentary, doing lane assignments, results, stuff like that. So from there, I decided that I really enjoyed it. So because I really enjoyed it, I wanted to learn more, and I joined the Division of Youth Affairs Youth MC program. So in that program, I learned a lot about speaking. I really started to enjoy what I was doing more and become more knowledgeable about what I was actually doing. So then 2025 BSAC, they had a full commentary team. I was a media volunteer again. They had a full commentary team, and Captain Jules said, we've been wanting to do interviews. She can do the interviews, because Captain Jules was one of the facilitators of the program I was in. So I just jumped in last year and was doing some interviews, and then this year I asked to come back again.
So you happen to have been in the right place at the right time with the right people around you.
Yes, please.
But when they came and said, listen, Sanaya, I want you to do this, what fluttered in your mind? Did you immediately say yes, or did you have to stop to do all your calculations? Should I do this? Should I do it? If I don't do it, what? Did you do all of that?
Well, honestly, I was really scared, but I wasn't going to say no. Like, I came into BSAC that year saying that anything that they put me to do, I would try. Anything, I would try. Like, I actually told myself, anything, we're going to try it, because I'd had some practice now with emceeing. So as much as I was freaking out, I still said yes almost immediately.
Okay. Preparation is critical. You know this now. And so here it is, you're standing next to athletes. You must be aware of everything athletic, one, and just everything about the individual. Talk to me about the kind of preparation you put in to ensuring that you do a good job.
All right, so I love sports, I love athletics. So I've always been very knowledgeable, trying to keep myself very aware. Beforehand, I will always look at the Carifta qualifiers. I will make sure that I know their times. I will go through BSAT records from the previous year to see who would have won that year. And I would prepare some questions and just everything like that.
The first time you did it, you thought, thank God that's all over. But people had things to say to you, didn't you? What did your friends, what did strangers say to you when they saw you? It was like, oh, you're the girl we saw. What kinds of comments did you receive?
Well, I got a lot of positive comments. I had a lot of friends messaging me like, Sanaya, what is going on? You're on my TV. And out in the world still, like months after the first time I did it, I was still getting looks like, you do BSAC. I saw you do BSAC. I saw you interviewing athletes. That's so cool. That's so exciting. How did you like it? But it's been very positive.
So now the spotlight has shone on you, and you understand the glare of the spotlight, and do you have trepidation where that's concerned, or are you positive this is what you really want to do in the eyes of thousands of people?
Well, to be honest, I try my best not to think about the thousands of people parts and just think about how much I'm enjoying it. I am positive that I want to get into journalism or communications, and even outside of BSAC, I was on a CBC program with the Ministry of Youth and Youth Sports Community Empowerment at the time called Bridges. So I would have gotten to do that. I was a media intern with the Barbados Royals last summer, and I got to do some writing for Carifta for their blog as well. So after all of this, I would say that I'm confident in what I'm doing because I've been able to continue to do it and continue to enjoy it.
When you look and you see, oh my gosh, I'm interviewing this star, I'm meeting this big person in the community, does that daunt you in any way at all?
It does daunt me, for sure. It definitely does daunt me, but especially when we're at BSAC, I kind of have to remember that they're the same age as me. Like, we all have the same or similar fears, and I need to trust in my preparation that I will be all right.
Dream for me just a little while. The scenario we see now and the scenario you have projected for yourself, what does that projection look like?
For me, it looks like in whatever I do, I'm speaking, I'm enjoying myself, I am interacting with people and educating people. Currently, I'm doing a degree with international relations with communication studies at UWI Cave Hill. So I'm also interested in more beyond sports, but regardless of what I do, I would love to be speaking and interacting.
Only 17?
Yes, please.
Does it feel like only 17, or do you feel you've lived a long life so far?
Well, sometimes I'll do things and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm only 17. Like, how did I even get here? What is going on? It definitely doesn't feel like I've lived a long life. I definitely still feel inexperienced in some ways, even though I have been able to get as much experience as I have.
Do you idolize anyone in media generally, whether it's in Barbados or across the region or broader, further afield, who you think to yourself sometimes, I really wish, one, I had the opportunity, or two, to be like?
Well, for sure for me, I would say Alex Jordan. I love to see her. I love to see her interviewing and on commentary. So, Alex Jordan.
So as it relates to commentary, they know you're putting it this way. Would you want to do more of the, not just the interviewing part alone, but the continuing commentary, the one who gets very descriptive and gets very passionate about the performance? Is that the area you want to settle in?
Well, as you continue to say, I'm only 17.
So,
so I'm not entirely sure. I really want to try commentary though, because I love the athletes. I love getting to talk about races and talk about how the athletes are doing. So I would love to try it.
Let me ask you then, what do you think of Barbados' chances at this upcoming Carifta Games? You interview the athletes.
I interview the athletes, I do. I think this all depends on what is your definition of a good performance. Because last year we would have done, in my opinion, very well. This year I think we will do better. I do believe that we will be getting some medals, and I think that we will see some finalist performances from the athletes.
We've seen so many records broken at this year's BSAC. Based on your own research, was that surprising to you? And if it was not, what do you think was the cause of that?
For me, most of the records were not surprising. I would say the most surprising that was an attempt at a record, not even an actual record, was the under 15 boys high jump, where one of the boys attempted 1.90 meters. So that would have been the most surprising for me. And I would say us having a track for consistent years now, us having the National Junior Program for the athletes, and just the athletes feeling more like a community. I've noticed that more and more this BSAC, now that the athletes get to interact with each other more, everyone seems a bit calmer, a bit more settled this year.
And that's important indeed to outcomes.
Yes, it is.
Sanaya Yearwood, it has been wonderful talking to you. Welcome to my world. It's good having you a part of this world as well, because I think good things are in store for you. Great things, as a matter of fact. Just stay focused. Stay focused, but most of all, stay humbled.
Yes,
I'll share with you what Auntie Olga shared with me. She just simply said, not just be your best self alone, but be gracious. Be gracious. And in your grace that you extend to others, they will extend the grace to you as well. And you will see all that flow therefrom, without you having to do too much work. So just remember those things, all right?
All right.
Okay. Sanaya Yearwood, now you get to see and meet the face and the voice come through. Sanaya, somebody said that Liana Hallett. Do you know her?
Yes, I do.
Because she spelled your name correctly.
Yes, she did.
So you had to have known her. So there are folks on social media who are following you and your career, and don't let that scare you. It's just that we love you and we want to support you. Just bear that as the wind beneath your wings to take you further and farther. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Isn't she delightful? What a future we have in media and communications. I'm excited about what the next stage brings. Morning Barbados takes a break here. We're coming back in a moment.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. Another plantation owner is speaking about the sugar cane in his fields wasting away as the 2026 harvest remains in limbo owing to the ongoing dispute between Port Vale's management and the Unity Workers Union. Owner and member of Friendship Plantation, Patrick Bethel, says the industrial action has never reached this stage since, in his opinion, it has been simmering for the better part of the past year. Anesta Henry and our cameraman, Christopher Wood, have been following this story.
For days, tons of cut sugarcane have been at the Portville factory waiting to be processed amid the heavily publicized industrial dispute between the Barbados Energy and the Sugar Company, Inc. and the Unity Workers Union. Operations at the factory have ground to a halt. Owner and manager of Friendship Plantation, Patrick Bethel, says the tons of canes rotting at the factory will redound to thousands of losses.
Right now, sitting on the house at Portville is approximately just over 1,800 tons of cane. They were cut 2.5 weeks ago. Harvest the cane by machine. The term used is kill to mill. Should be processed within 12 hours of cutting. And the reason is that the end of the cut cane, the sugars invert to basically vinegar acetic acid. And after a while, you may be suitable to make molasses of them.
Sugar cane farmers have been advised to suspend the cutting of their crop until further notice. Mr. Bethel says if the factory starts by Tuesday next week, then the canes delivered prior to the suspension would have been sitting there for 3 weeks.
The cost to the company is just 1,800 tons of cane on the house. The price to the farmer is $210. That translates to about $378,000 that are down through the edges. You either got to now burn them and they pass them through the mills and try and see if we make gas and extract them, or just dump them.
And Mr. Bethel sought to explain why the harvest should have started since the end of January or the middle of February.
Never in my 50 years plus of farming have I heard of a crop starting after Easter. Normally before Easter, all of your plant canes defined as the ones that have never been harvested, they were planted in October 2024. Plant canes take about 16 to 18 months before you first harvest them. If you delay harvest with them, they deteriorate rapidly, then you start to get rotten canes in them.
Mr. Bethel is also calling on authorities to explain why the industrial action which started 2 weeks ago is taking so long to be resolved.
I would like to appeal to the men who are withholding their services to think carefully of the consequences of their action. They're looking after one or two little things, but it has long-term consequences. The sugar industry is poised on a knife edge now, on the verge of collapse. This could be the death knell of it.
The plantation owner says the delayed start to the sugar harvesting season will delay the process of cultivation of the land during the dry season for the growing of ground provisions. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
Well, the traffic on the road continues to be a bugbear for many Barbadians. And the Minister of Transport and Works, Kirk Humphreys, says a heavy focus will be placed on the Barbados Mass Transit Authority going forward to finding solutions. He was speaking during the third annual consultation on traffic titled The Way Forward at the St. Michael's School. Rachel Agard reports.
The Barbados Mass Transit Authority will play a key role in the country's traffic management. This has been made clear by Minister of Transport and Works and Senior Minister of Infrastructure, Kirk Humphrey.
Having said that, though, I think the Mass Transit Authority is critical to helping us resolve traffic or traffic issues in relation to help us manage both public and private transport on the road. And in relation to the new future for Barbados, I think what we all agreed upon is that we cannot continue as we are with transport.
Minister Humphrey also sought to correct and apologize for a report carried in the press that his ministry and the Barbados Workers' Union had reached an agreement regarding the new Barbados Mass Transit Authority.
Regrettably, it was carried, and I think this is on us, that the Barbados Workers' Union had agreed to a divestment of sorts where we would have seen workers losing their jobs, even if they were to be re-embraced in a new entity. And I think I need to say up front, while we are focusing very much on the mass transit as a solution, that the Barbados Workers' Union never agreed to any particular format for that to take. And in fact, the conversations and the consultations are now beginning heavily with the union. And I know it was carried in the press, and I just feel the need for us to address it and to say, and for me, I think also to offer a very public apology to the Barbados Workers' Union in relation to what was carried, because I think it was our fault, but that those conversations are now beginning as we discuss how the Mass Transit Authority will look.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary Jehu Wilcher says they have been receiving a number of suggestions, with one person submitting a 25-page document with extensive diagrams and tables on how best to tackle the traffic situation on island.
In terms of traffic management, we have had suggestions in terms of dedicated bicycle and pedestrian lanes to promote a healthier Barbados, as reflected in the Trailway project, as well as the bus lanes where space is available, dedicated one-way lanes which could be implemented at peak periods. It was even suggested the designation of a full zonal policy for children who live close to schools who will go to these nearby institutions.
The next meeting is being held tonight at the Alexandra School in St. Peter. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Barbados is being warned that achieving sustainability, efficiency and equity all at the same time may be one of the greatest challenges facing modern regulators. That message came as the Fair Trading Commission hosted its annual lecture at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre. It was held under the theme celebrating a legacy of 25 years, acknowledging our past, honouring our present and forging our future. We get more in this report from Deanza Roberts.
It is being described as a regulatory balancing act, one that could determine how Barbadians pay for electricity, access new technologies, and share in economic opportunities. At the center of the discussion, whether regulators can deliver affordable, efficient, and sustainable systems all at once. Professor Emeritus of Economics at the University of the West Indies, Dr. Andrew Downs says, regulators must move beyond traditional approaches, warning that old models will not survive modern demands.
Resolving it requires not only regulatory reform, it requires innovative rate design and, of course, technological innovation. And I've listed out a number of things here where we can go. One, you can shift from a rate of return regulation to a performance or incentive type regulation. That's one rule. Secondly, we can actually talk about rate design, how we design the rates in such a way that all three can be accommodated. And of course, you can involve well-informed stakeholders, people what we call well-informed key informers, to help us in the decision-making process, to help us to get to deal with that issue.
He points to growing pressures from artificial intelligence to renewable energy and rising consumer expectations as forces reshaping regulation. But while innovation is critical, Minister of Energy, Business Development and Commerce and Senior Minister coordinating the productive sector, Kerry Simmons, says the issue of cost must be considered.
Let us recognize that in the context of a country like Barbados, and quite frankly most of us in the Caribbean, we also have to have that conversation on a parallel course with the conversation of resilience and the question of undergrounding of our utility lines, taking them from the poles and placing them underground so as to harden the grid and make it resilient.
Well, former hockey and cricket commentator, cricket administrator Monica Cumberbatch is the recipient of the 2026 Estimated Icon Award. The Gender Equality Commission of the Barbados Olympic Association staged its annual ceremony of the BOA headquarters in Willie. 3 ladies were the finalists in that event, which recognizes women who have made significant leadership contributions to sports in Barbados. Joining Cumberbatch was Annette Beckett, a former president of the Barbados Netball Association, and Roxanne Fort, who is the second vice president of the Barbados Volleyball Association.
Considering gender equality, many may first associate it with equal rights for women and girls. However, I encourage a broader perspective, envision empowerment, challenge social stereotypes, and reflect on fair recognition and reward. Achieving true equality demands a fundamental shift in mindset. Questions persist regarding media coverage and media coverage of female athletes, sponsorship opportunities, and notably disparities in pay scales.
And that's a look at news and sports. Until now, we'll have more coverage of news and sports coming up at 12 noon with a reminder to you, live coverage of the Carifta Games from Grenada on Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. We're back with more on Morning Barbados in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store.
At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
16 after 7 o'clock. You know, Mr. Blood has a song, a calypso, which I absolutely love. And in that, there's a line that says, like a supernova, you bound to explode. And that's what we're talking about here, rise and reign. And so to talk more about that initiative and what the role Supernova Lab plays in creating that opportunity for many of you is Lana Jones, who's the project manager with the Supernova Lab. Morning, Lana.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Next to her is our very familiar face in Tahir Bulbuli, who's a great guy. He is the Rise and Shine Program Ambassador. Did I get that right, Tahir?
Rise and Rain.
Rise and Rain. What did I say?
Yes. Rise and Shine. Rise and Shine, yeah. We all have to rise and shine.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Once you're ready, you're shining. That's all I'm concerned. But good to see you again.
Yes.
And one of the Rise and Rain umpires himself is across from me, Shamar Boyce. Shamar, good morning to you as well.
Good morning to you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Supernova, you're bound to explode. Let's talk about that, Lana, about what Supernova Lab is and what you're set up to do.
Right. So thanks for having me. It's really great to be here. Supernova Lab essentially is the research and development, the national research and development platform for Barbados. It's powered by GovTech. So that gives you an idea of the national scale that we're on. And we implemented Rise and Reign specifically to empower coaches, youth leaders, and educators with through sport, with technology that can help develop young people, young leaders into becoming better leaders, confident, brilliant, bright leaders. So not just athletes, but, you know, confident leaders.
Being able to leverage the tools and technologies that we have so that we can spurt to becoming that I've talked about, bound to explode. You're really taking on the world in a very significant way.
Yes.
And so how does it work? You've designed this Supernova Lab, but how does it work?
So we do fellowship calls, right? So it's a pilot program. So essentially what we're doing is we are looking for opportunities through people where they have some sort of idea that can be scaled to a certain level. There's a certain criteria that you follow, and we bring on ambassadors like Tahir and some other people as well that will essentially we narrow it down, right? We look and see, is this something that fits within our mandate? Is this something that we can fund? Is it something that will benefit young people and the community, because we are community driven? So that's essentially how it works. You just look out for the calls. We're on social media, we have a website, so just look out for those calls and get involved.
Okay, so you can either find us or we can find you.
Yes.
So we wait for the call and we apply. Yes. And the process to being accepted, how long does that take?
I mean, it varies, right? So it could be a few weeks, it could be weeks to months.
Yeah, you check us out and then we work it out. And then we come into a program of training with Supernova Lab, and that training is designed, you're saying?
Well, no, so Supernova Lab, we are essentially just the how should I say this? We are the engine, right? We will fund your idea.
I got you.
Right? We will project manage your idea. We will make sure that it runs smoothly. We will support you in any way possible. But we do have different programs, different projects that come through the different arms of, because Supernova Lab has many different arms of it. Rise and Reign is just part of that. Yeah.
So Rise and Reign is just part of it. What other arms do you have?
We have the ARC Academy. We have the ARC Academy and Rise and Reign right now. That's coming to mind. That's coming to mind.
That's
right
all right.
now. Yeah.
And that's the whole point. You're designed to be able to give a catapult as to stardom and to really create a platform where we are doing better at what we do rather than remaining average.
Yes, everything so sorry. Everything we do is to make sure that the community is involved. Everything we do is to make sure that Barbados will be transformed in some way, somehow, in some small aspect, right? We want to make sure that we're tapping into the youth. We want to make sure that we are looking at opportunities that will, as you said, catapult us. We understand that Barbados is in a very transformative era, and Supernova Lab is essentially that innovative engine that is helping to push that.
The Prime Minister reminds us we're on Mission Barbados.
2030.
Correct. And we want to create a world-class society with global citizens.
Yes.
And so we are at the stage where we're putting everything in place so that the people are prepared to really go forward where that happens.
Yes.
And so, Tahir, this is where you come in as well, because as the ambassador, you represent, you are a living example of what we're trying to achieve. Talk to me a little about your role and responsibilities.
So essentially my role is I was one of the creators of the program. So I conceptualized it with my colleague Shawnee, fellow ambassador as well, and we conceptualized the program, and it came out of the partnership with the Barbados Royals, where the Barbados Royals has a global franchise, the Royals Group, where they have a team in India and South Africa, and they have significant expertise. So how do we leverage that expertise? And what we did was they had different calls, different engagement forums with the hierarchy of their group, and then the hierarchy of cricket development within government in Barbados, from the BCA as well. And one of the challenges that they outlined was that there's a lot of coaches coming through the pipeline. So there's good coaches in Barbados, but they're seeing a fall off in terms of the grassroots level of coaching. So how now do we develop their capacity? And the Royals, their ethos globally is picking up on young cricketers, young coaches, young talents, and then bringing them to the world-class level. So that was where it was came about, and then we went along building out the curriculum, forming some critical partnerships as well. So we partnered with the UE Faculty of Sport, and big thank you to them, Dr. Aline, Javier Reed, where essentially UE can provide their expertise to the program. And then we also partnered with the UNICEF, and UNICEF provided the childhood safety aspect of it, because if you're going to be dealing with children, you need to understand the childhood protection around it. And then we engage other presenters, talented persons from across Barbados, Dr. Janelle Chase Mears, Chanel Chopman, a variety of persons. And what we aim to do is make it different in terms of the other coaching courses. So we dealt a lot of mental health, mental resilience, the challenges that young people face in this time today. We also did with coaching persons with disabilities. And Shamar will touch on that aspect of the course, and the feedback was extremely amazing. And then the coaches that we chose, we didn't just choose coaches that are at one level. We chose coaches that are now starting on their journey, coaches that have coached at the elite level, coaches that have even coached at the national level. And then we've gotten umpires, for example. He's an umpire. But why do we bring an umpire into a space like this? Now, when we go into phase 2 now, where we're going into the community and taking it to clubs in the community, schools and youth groups, now we can build our holistic plan. So we're not just coaching people in cricket, but the opportunities around cricket, in umpiring, sports science, nutrition, mental health. How now do we face all these, address these challenges and build out from there? So phase 2 is an exciting one. We're going to be launching it very shortly next month for International Day of Sport and Peace. And we will be going into communities. And this Rise and Reign in the community, we call it Rise and Reign in the community, like Q in the community, Rise and Reign in the community. And we're going to be going into these communities and complementing the programs that have been established already. So how now do we build the capacity of the coaches that are functioning there, and then also enhance their programs, and then build these cricketers. And then also we're going to be engaging other strategic partners like the National Transformation Initiative, where they will be coming in and continuously upskilling these coaches as well, because we're all on a journey of bettering ourselves. So Shamar can then introduce how he enjoyed the program, because he could come here and talk the whole day, Lana could talk the whole day, but the fact is the proof is in the pudding, as they say.
You're right, I'll get to the pudding in a minute. But you know, I was wondering, okay, Rise and Reign, I think I get it now from the explanation that you've given to it, why it is called Rise and Reign. Those two words have value and a lot of meaning.
Yes.
And so, how before you get to the pudding, from your end, your assessment of phase 1, or generally, as a man who's conceived and planned and put this all together, how successful do you think it has been?
I would say it was very successful. So we had 15 coaches coming in, and we met all of our targets. And we also, things that we did not plan for, were also able to attract to the project. So what happens last year when we did the program, CPL was going on at the same time. So the coaches were able to engage with the coaches and players that were performing in CPL at that time. And then also we go further, that coming out of the program, the coaches that were not sure about where they want to go in their journey went on to become a manager of their cricket team. They went on to become a sports rep on the Guild of Students. Shamar himself is one of the standout persons as well in the program. He was so impressed, and he will tell his story, but he was so impressed by the component of coaching persons with disabilities that he went and created his own program to start a cricket club.
Oh, you tell me enough.
Yes, I've told you enough.
Pudding. We'll get to you right after this break. We're right back with more on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
With a focus on building community and empowering community, and in building community we empower so many other people to do so much more. Like Shamar Boys, he has risen and he has reigned, and he's reigning still. And so Shamar, let's talk a little bit about your time in the program, in the training you would have received, and what you're doing now with that training.
Well, the program was very, very beneficial. You know,
when Tahir first contacted me, he told me it was mostly for coaches. I was like, well, I'm an umpire. This might not really be for me. And he told me, no, we're having umpires, we're going to have coaches, we're going to have strength and conditioning coaches. It's for everyone. So I initially was a bit nervous, but I went and it was wonderful. I enjoyed every single minute of the program. And then there was one morning, I was actually late for that morning. And you know, when you're late for a class, you pay more attention to it.
Yes.
And that was a disability class, and I was really, really engaged about that. And I got to thinking, I see Cricket Australia, I see the England and Wales Cricket Board. They all have disability teams, and the West Indies don't have any. So I went home, I did my research, and I spoke to Tahir and told him, well, I want to start my own disability team. And along with that, I want it to be an intellectual disability team. So initially, when I spoke to Tahir, he told me, well, you're going to need a proposal, write a nice proposal, which I did, sent it off to him, and I've had some meetings with the National Sports Council. We're going to go to the National Disability Unit and get that all started.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Look at what Rise and Rain did to you.
Yes, please.
That you're thinking this kind of way. And that's the whole point. Whether you have the actual skill or you have the skill of mind, you're generating a difference in your community. And so how far are you along the way now? You have to have your meetings, I know, but are you confident that this can happen real soon?
100%. I've had one meeting with the National Sports Council, Mr. Bascom. We're going to have another one shortly, and we're going to get this all started and get it running.
Well done. That's what Supernova has been designed to do.
Absolutely.
That is what you've been designed to do. That's what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Tahir said he met all the benchmarks. Are you happy with those benchmarks?
We are over the moon. You know, the response has been so amazing. So we're really looking forward to phase 2 because it's not just cricket. We're also expanding into aquatics. So through water polo at the moment. We're really excited, and we're very proud of Shamar as well.
We are indeed. So phase 2. Tahir, talk to me about how people who are listening and watching who are thinking, I want to be a part of this. How can they do so?
Yeah, so they can definitely reach out, and we'll be coming to a community near you. So we have already engaged with clubs and communities already, and starting next month we will launch the program. So we're encouraging you that if you have a program that you want us to come to, we can come and provide that coaching to you. We can come and provide that curriculum that we have built out off the field as well for you, and it is very beneficial for your development, for your personal development. And then we're also planning another coaches workshop for this summer, coinciding with CPL. So as you know, CPL the finals are here this year, so you're going to have more opportunities. Just imagine the opportunities that are going to come for it. Sanea, that sat here previously, she was an intern last year, and we've seen her growth.
Right.
Last year she was very nervous, she was very timid, and seeing her sitting here today, and she came a day to the program as well. So this is what it's all about, a big impact, small steps to make a big impact so that we can send people on their journey. And then just another component of the program is that we want to build businesses through sports, because if we are really going to develop sports, we need persons taking on that responsibility from a personal level. So a component of the course was sports entrepreneurship. So we had entrepreneurs who have developed businesses in sport come in and train the coaches, train the participants in the program in how to build their own business. So that's another component there that we can persons can benefit from. So if you have a community group, if you have a club, get in touch with us. We're on social media, the Supernova Lab. Lana will share the email, and we're here. You have my contact is public, so you could get into contact with me, and we can definitely bring that benefit to you and complement your program, because we're here to complement all the programs.
Nice. So Lana, how can we reach out to Supernova Lab?
So you can email us at Rise and Rain. So the rain is REIGN at supernovalab.ai.
So it's Rise and Rain at supernovalab.ai.
Yes.
.ai. Not the what comes right after the dot. And so then you're on your way towards rising and raining. You've heard the wonderful story from Shamar, the success he's now reaping as a consequence of having gone through phase 1, and that's only phase 1. Imagine when he completes phase 2 and phase 3 to come, no doubt, and all the phases necessary to empower people in the community to make a difference to self and community, and ultimately to Barbados as well. And so I want to thank each of you for doing so well what you do, to creating the space for us to be and to be our best selves as well. I really want to thank you.
Thanks
Nana, as always, good to see you again.
Thank
Tahir and Shamar, you're excellent, young man. You are excellent. So I'm looking forward to the outcome of all of your discussions and the fruit that bears there from as well. Thank you.
Came all the way from St. Lucie this morning.
Correct.
Yeah.
He came from another country of St. Lucie.
No. My man, you and I will fight on this. The last name Boyce, of course, from St. Lucie.
He had to get his passport. He forgot his passport at home, so he had to go back home and come back.
I, as the mayor of St. Lucie, will stamp his passport for him, okay? He's gone clear. He's welcome anytime. Well, what community are you working in, though?
I am actually working along with the Barbados Immigration Department, as well as the Barbados Cricket Association.
Yeah, but will you take your work back into the community? Which community are you going into?
I'm going to start in St. Lucie.
Where?
The reason for that is I'm going to start in Poicorn, St. Lucie. That's where it all began. So I want to go back to where it all began. And my goal is actually, as an umpire, to go from Lord's Cricket Ground in St. Lucie to Lord's in England. So that's the...
I love it. I love it. Set goals.
Let's
set goals.
go.
Love it. Well, thank you all. I could have this conversation forever, but I can't. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you. Morning Barbados comes back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
24 now to go to 8 o'clock. Let's get back to the University of the West Indies. We started last week, and so today we're continuing in the Faculty of Law at the University of the West Indies with a very special focus on postgraduate opportunities for all of you, all of us, to further continue learning. Remember, it's lifelong. We tend to give up and stop after we had one achievement, and we're saying, no, life continues. You can continue to learn a whole lot more. And so joining me this morning is Dr. Adetutu Pelemo, who's the Deputy Dean, Graduate Studies and Research at the UWI Cayfield campus. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Compliment your pronunciation of your name. I worked so hard on getting it right. Thank you.
You got it right.
And Rico Yearwood, who is Adjunct Lecturer and MPhil PhD student as well at the UWI campus. Good to see you, Rico.
Good morning, Pearson. Thanks for having me.
Fellow man from St. Lucie, indeed.
Yes.
There we go. And so let's talk a little bit about what you do and what you see and the opportunities through postgraduate studies, Doctor.
There are several opportunities attached to postgraduates, especially having it at the KV campus, University of West Indies, as opposed to other campuses, is that you have experts in different aspects of law. You can involve yourself in cutting-edge research. Then you can create a critical thinking, analytical possibility of enhancing your skills, and then you also have opportunity for research grants. Like recently we have our LLM student who applied for a call for application. That's a conference participation in somewhere in Brazil, and we noticed that she has the zeal and she has good points to present at the training or at the conference. So she was sponsored by the university to attend. fully sponsored. So those are the benefits why you have to have your postgraduate program with us at KV Campus precisely.
Is it difficult to get into those programs?
No, not at all.
So heavily subscribed?
Not at all, not at all. You just need to apply through the website, admissions, or through the Faculty of Law a postgraduate website, and then you meet up with the basic requirements that is expected of you to advance your legal professional or your legal skills, and then you'll be shortlisted and enrolled.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as
the
that.
basics that you're talking about, what would those be?
Maybe you must have graduated with LLB or a related courses in line with law, and you are willing to aspire or to further your education in law. You want to deepen or advance your skills, or you are thinking of diverting into specialized areas of law, or you have been a fresh law graduate or a legal professionals, or you are into laws in a kind of way. You have attended maybe like criminology, something related to law. And then those are the basic requirements you have at your undergraduate level is what qualifies you to advance your education at the postgraduate level of law with us.
And so, Rico, you're one of those examples.
Yes, I am.
What was it that prompted you to want to further your education in law?
Well, I'm one of a kind because even though I'm a practicing attorney, I'm one of the law students who also wanted to be an academic. I actually gravitated towards legal academia more than I do to practice. So for me, I knew that I always had to do postgraduate studies. I know that I had to do my LLM, and now I'm doing my MPhil/PhD. So I have my Master's of Law in Public Law, and now I'm doing my PhD in the area of alternative dispute resolution and how that intersects with access to justice in the Caribbean. So it has been, as you can imagine, Pearson, an intensive but rewarding and fulfilling experience. Dr. Palema also spoke about the different grants you can receive. I am proud to say that I'm a beneficiary of not just a grant, but a scholarship. So that is one of the incentives you have. If you have research that the university deems to be of public import or national significance, then you could perhaps benefit from what they call it a postgraduate fee waiver scholarship, where you don't have to pay any fees at all. You just have to worry about the registration fees, and I was able to actually benefit from that. It was quite daunting because you have to go before an entire panel. It's almost like a job interview, probably 7 or 8 people there, and you have to put forward your case as to why you deserve this scholarship over other applicants. But when you do finally get it, is a very wonderful experience.
What I've heard from the previous interview we did is that reading for the law, you have access to so many resources. People resources, text resources, so many resources that engage your mind, and it shows you different points of views, different arguments, different everything. But Caribbean law is your focus. And so from the Caribbean perspective, let's talk a little bit about that as we further, because the Caribbean needs more Ricos and people who not just want to be in academia, but who are prepared to look at the different things that would help to restructure our region and to help to engage our region in a very forward way, movement way in terms of how we develop. Let's talk a little bit about that.
The good thing about our program at the Faculty of Law, KV Campus specifically, we integrate international professional curriculum that have a kind of focus on societal policies in order to ensure that whatever we have at international standard is replicated in the Caribbean region. So we have, like, if you are thinking of measuring on law, governance, Caribbean Court of Justice, and then public law is the best, postgraduate in public law is the best for you. If you're thinking of innovation, creativity, and invention, and that's where the world is going, AI and the others, you will know that your intellectual property law is the best for you. We have that. We also have, if you want to deal with resolving disputes, like his area, which is arbitration, within the Caribbean region and international affair, we know that we have international arbitration and construction law. That's another aspect of our LLM program. We also have what is called the corporate and commercial law. If you're dealing with company law, commercial transactions, or you're dealing with anything that has to do with company or regulations, you know that is the best for you. The best of it all now, the trendy one, is the competition policy law that has to do with regulation of markets, rules, the bills, you know where the world is going to. With the changes and everything you're seeing in the global world, you know the best cause for you to have interest or to measure in or to focus on is competition policy and law. Competition policy law, I mean. And then we also have the aspect of legislative drafting. Oh, if you want to make cool money, you want to work with the parliament, you want to work with the judiciary where you make the laws, you help them draft the law, the rigorous and the technical aspect of it. You know, the best thing for you to have with us is to take our LLM program in legislative drafting. And then, you know, the good thing about legislative drafting is that we have 3 components involved in that. We have because our program is mainly online, so you have the benefit of staying in your country and then learning. So you study, you earn. So you don't need to apply for study leave, and you don't need to relocate, and then you get the full package. You advance your career, you get a legal edge above all other contemporaries, and then you are now ready for the market job opportunities. So which makes you extraordinary fitting for the area you're aspiring to leverage on. So aside that, when you look at the legislative drafting, those 3 components is you have it online, you have it in person, and you have internship in any country of your choice, at the parliamentary section, or at the judiciary section, or at the government parastatals. So you have it all. And then all other courses are mainly online, but that particular one, you can have the benefit of enjoying the ambience of the Caribbean world, in-person 2-week section, and then where you practice what you have learned online. So you have the practical knowledge, you have the theoretical knowledge, and you have to practice it in person. And then you are rated by the faculty. So you have it all. That makes you well equipped to feature in any part of the world and give us the best. Yeah. And so
I'm convinced.
There's no other way. There's no other place for you to be than to be in KV. KV is the best place to be.
You sold me on that. Rico, you wanted to add
Yes,
something?
definitely, Pearson. And if that was not good enough, to put the cherry on top, and you hit the nail directly on its head, Pearson, because you were saying, well, you need to focus on the Caribbean law. But what we do is that we look at international courses and we view them through a Caribbean lens. So as a matter of fact, we actually have a partnership with the University of Leuven in Germany, and also a partnership with the University of Dayton based in America. And what we do is that we actually offer double LLM degrees where you can actually get the LLM, the component here from UE, but then you actually get to study at Leuven in Germany, right? And you get your LLM in international economic law. Whereas for the University of Dayton, we partner with them to offer 2 double LLM degrees, one in intellectual property and American and transnational law, and then one in corporate and commercial and American and transnational law. So you still get that international experience and element at the end of the day, right? But we look at it through that Caribbean lens because, as you said, Pearson, that's what is important.
It is important indeed. You know, I can ask all the questions, but I know you have taster sessions coming up for people. Anyone of you can talk about that?
Yes.
When is it?
April 9th. April 9th.
Next week.
Yes, next week. And it's from 6 to 8 p.m. And then you can join online. You just need to check for the information to join the link on our website.
Right.
On the Barbados website, you find the information there. Yeah. So then you can have interactive sections with us. You can ask us questions on areas that you need to clarify out about. I will be willing to take your questions.
Indeed. So it's happening. And so just go to the University of the West Indies website at KFIL, and you'll find the Faculty of Law, and then you'll get to know all the details that you need to go. That's where I searched and found. And so you can search and find for yourself as well. In searching and finding, you're empowering self. Just the process of searching to find, you empower yourself. And then you see the exciting programs that Dr. Adetutu just shared with all of us. You saw the energy and the passion she has for what she does. It's infectious. I really want to thank you both for joining me this morning. Look at your screen, folks. That's the Faculty of Law. That's the page on which you land. And then you see all the information we've been talking about, the access to the faculty, so you can actually begin to ask the questions as well, the resources available to you, the student stories they live, they share their experiences. And so you'll see that this is also for you, the Faculty of Law at the KFL campus. Thank you both for joining me this morning.
Thank you very much,
Pearson. Thank you for having us here.
You're very welcome. We're taking a break here, folks. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray microbiome.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We only have 10 minutes to talk about what we're talking about. We're talking about special education. We're talking about early education development indeed, and that's important. Joining me is an early education educator. She's also just a wonderful person, Sandy Field-Kelman. Sandy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
As always. Good having you.
Always.
Indeed. And you would remember Chantal Morgan. We have met with her so many times because you inspire us through the work you do as a literary specialist. Indeed. Thank you for joining us again.
Always a pleasure.
We're looking at early childhood education, Sandy. Why is it important that we focus on early childhood education?
Well, first of all, Pearson, early childhood education is a foundation of one's life. It encompasses things like sensory, social, physically, all those things are encompassed in early childhood, and it is important and crucial that children get that from the cradle, right up mainly till 8 years old, but it can go on further. So when you have those qualities, it goes under a thing called SPIES: social, physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. When you have those things encompassed in that program, and of course, all those things should be play-based, hands-on, right? So that that child, and again, I believe in unit pods, where those children, so let us say you are working with a ball, you can use it as a play-based program. So early childhood really is the foundation of anyone's life to get them up to tertiary, university, wherever in their life. And that obviously encompasses things like literacy, speaking well, phonemic awareness, phonetics, and all those things, Pearson. So early childhood education is it.
Is it. And so, but Chantal, I know from your studies, when we don't do it, then you see what you see.
Yes, when we don't get the foundation right, it's almost like you're building a house, then eventually everything else will crumble. And I think one of the biggest misperceptions that many persons have is that early childhood is just a good time. It's almost like a picnic, but it really isn't. And we will see that for children who have challenges with reading, writing, speech. If they do not get the correct early foundation, then they will continue to struggle. And the older they become, without getting the correct learning, the correct understanding of concepts, then you will find that they will continue to struggle. And then we will speak about students leaving secondary school without certifications, persons enrolling in tertiary institutions but still not having all the requisite skills. And it really started at the foundational level that may have been neglected for whatever reason. So the earlier a learner can get support, the better they are to succeed, not just academically, but as a person and to navigate life.
Yeah, but Sandy, you know, our education system says bring a whole bunch of them, put them here, and then let the teacher stand and do what the teacher does, and not teachers, we respect you and not disrespecting you at all, but you have a challenge and we recognize your challenge as well. And you talked about smaller pods.
Yes.
And the value of having smaller groups so you can have greater interaction and really give meaningful instruction.
Yeah.
What can our system do today?
Well, hopefully and thankfully, it is said that come September 2026, we're going to be doing a lot of play-based work. And that is one of the reasons that we are having this program, this seminar. Because play-based, in my opinion, and I hope that it goes that way, you really and truly, whether it is early childhood, primary, or even secondary, that small number of children, and especially the days that we are living in now with children with all these challenges, spectrum of autism and all that type of thing, and dyslexia, so we need to have small unit pods where, and I believe 2 teachers, a teacher and an assistant, so that that teacher can zoom in on those children who have challenges with their problem, right? So that play-based program really and truly, in my opinion, should be small units, because the smaller the unit, the more effective you can reach that child. So you would tend to find that those children will get more hands-on. And of course, the teacher should have that training where they can do the hands-on. The Montessori program, that is so important. Montessori, in my opinion, is the best teaching method for those small units. And of course, when that child grows to be a teenager and so on, you would tend to find that that boy or girl can handle his or himself better. So that, because they would have had that foundation. So unit pods is important, and I'm hoping that, you know, our ministry really toes that line in September and form these small unit pods. And, you know, early childhood educator coordinators need to see to that the classroom, if it has 25 children, 20, 15, to really make that unit pod. It's very, very important. We use that in Montessori. And of course, the hands-on program where you do lots of play-based programs, you know, with games, chess, dolls, plants, fruits, all that. Actually, I brought some, but I'm not going to show. I wanted to really, I left over there, yes.
But you know, we can't assume that every teacher is skilled in this. And so I know they have the professional development workshop coming up. Tell me a little bit more about that, Chantel.
Well, Pearson, the reality is that not all teachers, as you mentioned, are skilled, not because of their own personal shortcomings, but because they really just haven't been taught how to do it. And at the early childhood level, we want that educators are able to meet the needs of all learners. And Stanley would have mentioned that you can have 15, 20, a fair amount of children within a classroom. And what we're looking to do is to equip educators, regardless of the approach that they're using to teaching, to meet the needs of diverse learners. So one of the components will be that educators can actually bring their lesson plans and they will be shown how to modify this in different ways to present information, but also for the young learners to demonstrate their knowledge in different ways. So we're looking to support teachers across the board, from planning to execution. And once they attend this workshop, they most definitely will get real-time solutions, because they will be bringing their data into the space. So we'll be using real data to create real solutions. And I'm always a fan of data-driven anything, because the data is where it's at.
That's right.
Indeed. So how is the workshop structured then? Yes, I bring my data, we work it out together, you help me find my solution. How can teachers today say to themselves, while on vacation, I want to be a part of this, and when is it, where is it, and how?
All right, Pearson. So the reality is, the more protocols and systems you have in place, the more effective your teaching will be, the less disruptions you will have within the classroom. So I'm confident that teachers will think that a few hours for a term, a year, years of teaching that is structured, where all learners can thrive, and where they themselves, in a very hectic and fast-paced job, can have systems in place to make it a little bit easier on them, that they will be more than willing to participate. How will the workshop go? They will bring their pieces in and we'll be using something called Universal Design for Learning, which is actually a global approach that is used to meet the needs of diverse persons, not just in education, but in various fields. Once they bring their pieces in, I will actually go through in detail with them. This is how you are supposed to apply these different features. How can you make it realistic for the resources you have? Because we know that resource scarcity is a challenge. How can you make it applicable to the Caribbean context? Because we want culturally relevant instruction. We don't just want to take something and put it in our space and hope that it fits like a puzzle. So once they come and they bring their own pieces, they will be engaging directly with the model. So it will be a practical approach. And it will be on April 11th. We're starting with 8:30 a.m. registration, and we're going until 3 p.m. And in the morning section, they will have the benefits of Sandy. We all know for expertise in early childhood education. And then I will be tag teaming in the afternoon for the Universal Design for Learning. But we're really looking to see them at St. Paul's Conference Center, Saturday, St. Patrick's
Yes.
Catholic School.
Auditorium.
Thank you. Their auditorium. And we're looking to see them there from 8:30 a.m. April 11th for Sandy and myself.
Yes, we want, Sandy, for them to early register. It's important that you register as quickly as possible so we can have you supported. So how can we register?
You can register either by calling the numbers on the flyer.
Look at your screen, everybody, and capture this. Look back at the show later on, screenshot it.
Yes, yes. And you call and you're good. Or you can come the morning.
Okay.
If you think you want to come, really want to come, we'll find room for you.
Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to a really exciting day, being children again. You know what, Pearson? The child in us must never leave us.
Ever.
Never, ever leave
I am
us.
so with you on that. You know
Yes,
me. I am
yes.
so with you on that.
Never leave us.
That's right.
Never, ever leave us.
I'm a big child still. I have no shame at all in saying that. I live life like that. You know, enjoy life, see life in its multifaceted colors. I love it indeed. So I'm glad you all are here with me.
You can come, you know.
We can play together.
Because you have your godson.
Of
you
course.
can come and learn something, you know.
I may well learn something, indeed.
Definitely.
So it's a professional development workshop. Yes, it's geared towards teachers. It's on the 11th of April, next week, Saturday. So you get past your Easter weekend. Next Saturday, you're going to be at St. Patrick's Roman Catholic School's auditorium. That's where it's going to be from 9 in the morning. Register early. So you're there. Registration really begins at 8:30 in person. So we know that, okay, Pearson is here. Chantal is here. Everybody's here. Lunch and break will be included. If you look at the screen, you'll see.
Bring your lesson plans.
And it's going to be, bring your lessons plans. That's really, really important because at the end of it, you'll be shared with different tools and techniques that you can have a more meaningful experience with your children as well. So we're looking forward to this. I hope you are too. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you, Pearson, for having us.
You're
and
very
have a
welcome.
blessed day. It's Holy Thursday.
All right, don't remind me. It feels so Friday-like. But it's Maundy Thursday tonight. I really want to encourage you to get into your churches and to have a spiritual rest of the weekend. I also want to remind you that tomorrow, Good Friday, is a reason why you should go to church. Easter Sunday as well. Don't just party. Life has balance. So go to church, I encourage you. Q in the Community is today, so it's your last day of the party today. Today, Q in the Community is going to be held right there. Look at your screen at the Oystins Bay Gardens. Gather there for 11, and then you go right through till you're ready to go home. But we're looking forward to seeing you there at Q in the Community today. But that's it for today. That's it for the rest of the week. My little crew joins me wishing all of you a happy Easter weekend. Be it the will of the Lord, we'll see you again on Tuesday. Take note, on Tuesday. Until then, everyone, be careful. Be good. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.